Director, wewe. Aya, sawa. Ndio tujue sherehe tunayo hatuna, si ndio Aya, so welcome so much director. Asindansi, si ndio? Unajua hapana bwana. Miondoko mingi. Mnataka kama dance wimbo gani? Wewe. Sawa. So saa hii napatia
honor you and to honor myself, make for your brother a royal gown, a priestly gown.
Haya, sawa DJ.
My name is Duncan Aremi. I am the CEO of Gravity CBC Resource Center, and we have set up a cultural center in the cultural and talent center to take care of a gap that we believe is there, and with the closure of Bomas of Kenya, we find that the visitors, even international visitors, and our learners, our students, our parents, and the community have nowhere to interact with the culture. And therefore we've come up with a center that whose theme is cultural integration. We want to showcase cultural integration by having studios for various communities. We will be speaking to three kind of people using these structures. One, we will keep those structures with the teaching aids that we have. In the learners will be interacting the same, and we will be asking the learners if they will have learned because of the structure, and definitely the learners will have learned. So the learners will be able to appreciate that it's not the infrastructure, it is not the buildings, it is actually what they are able to learn, or the content of what they are learning that will help them. We will also be speaking to the parents. A lot of parents choose schools because of the infrastructure, because of the buildings, because they have high level buildings, swimming pools, they have all these facilities. But we'll be telling the parents that actually those facilities, to some extent, they could just be for their psychological satisfaction. That you say that you take your children to such a high school. Because at the end of the day, what will help that learner is what are the values, the life skills that the learner will have acquired from that school. That is what is going to really help that learner when they leave that school. So we'll be telling the parents that actually as you choose a school, consider a school that is going to impart the right values, impart life skills that help the learner to optimize their ability and interest in life. And not necessarily only rely on the infrastructure. So infrastructure should just be an addition. We'll also be talking to the teachers or the directors of schools and be telling them that actually these learners, maybe 10 years after they have left school, those infrastructure will never be relevant to them. So you need to equip your teachers, empower them, retrain them, retool them, and help them empower them so that they can be able to impart these life skills and the right values to the learners, because that is what is going to help them in life. So we'll be saying that yes, infrastructure is important, but equip your learners, your teachers, and so that they are able to impart the right attitudes, the right values, and the right skills and life and competencies that will help the learner to thrive in life. We'll also be having themes for each. Maybe every weekend or every week we'll be having a themes on some of the cultural aspects or society aspects that we think are relevant today, and we can find from each community how the community is really used to handle the different aspects of the societal values. I think we should be creative and be problem solvers. Sometimes where the facilities are not adequate, or maybe like we have had issues of the delay in disbursement of money for construction of classrooms. But what we have come up with is some studios that actually made of grass and and mud, as you can see behind me, and we're showcasing that a community should improvise. And in some areas, actually, you'll be shocked to note that a classroom like the one behind, where it's made of mud and grass, is more cooler for the learners. So I think we've set up these studios to showcase that really we should not be complainers always. We should look for problems solving. This facility is a whole round facility that will take care of the tourists, like I said, will take care of the learners in school, because they are supposed to interact with our culture, even parents, and also we'll be telling a story. This is a place where we'll be telling a story or talk a book, for instance, concept, where we each community cultural ambassadors from each community can tell a story, and that story can be documented. So we are talking of also cultural preservation, because we will be able to document different aspects of the culture for each community, and we will, because it's a one place stop shop for many communities, you can be able to know how each community handled or manage certain aspects of cultural values and all that, and be able to appreciate that actually at the end of the day, we are all one.
Okay, my name is Michael Jogona, a facilitator at Gravity CBC Resource Center. Today we are privileged to launch our upcoming center, that is Gravity BOMA and Cultural Center, whereby we are creating a center to showcase all the culture of the most, at least 12 major tribes in our country to start with. But as time goes by, we will try and capture the cultural aspect of each and every tribe in Kenya. We have realized as time goes by, our runners, particularly those are in urban centers, are limited in terms of knowing their culture, their foundations and their background. So this center in learning will help the runners to know about their culture. To the parents, it will also give them exposure to how different cultures of different tribes in our countries look like. To the people from outside, the domestic and the external tourists, it's also a hub that will make them get exposed to Kenya cultural aspects in different tribes. In Kiswahili tunasemanga mwachamira ni mtumwa. You cannot live without a culture. So my plea to the government is how we pray that these such centers be preserved, because they play a very key roles. We realize as times move by, the culture gets eroded, and we are not able to trace some of our cultural aspects. But if we have such cultural centers in our country, the cultural aspect and the heritage will be preserved, in that even if it is not found everywhere, we will have centralized places whereby these children, the youth, the aged, the parents can just get there and get to learn on how things were being done in the past, and also that they can be able to relate the past and the present.